Okay, perfect. So, welcome everybody to this Geeks webinar. We're just getting set up here, and we're really sorry about the little delay that we had starting up because of a little technical fault. So, almost certainly now you can view on the website. You can also jump in on. You can also jump in on the website as well. So what I want to do is do a brief introduction and then introduce the people who you really want to hear from, who are Cesare Hassan and Elena Bigbo, who we're so grateful to have with us tonight. Hopefully you can see now the screen share. I'll just maximize it. Right now, we are covering AI and endoscopy. AI and endoscopy, this is a hot topic. This is something which I think lots of people reached out to us about having a webinar on. And actually something that really, from my point of view, is very hard to understand where we're at. Because things are changing all the time. A lot of us think that this is potentially not something that we are so interested in, that we kind of maybe feel that we don't need this. So it's really going to be very interesting to get into it tonight about just where we are at and where we are going. The promise of AI is high. The promise of detection is high. Like, we have all, I think, been exposed to these devices, these boxes that sit on our endoscopy platform, and they help us detect polyps. Lots of studies, meta-analysis, suggest that this helps improve adenoma detection rates. Recently, a large study, 8 European centers, a cloud-based artificial intelligence, so not even potentially needing any processing on device, shows a significant increase in adenoma detection rate, and, as we talked about in Geeks a lot, also increases the detection of sessile serrated lesions, something which is probably one of the holy grails of doing colonoscopic screening. In the space of Barrett's esophagus, increased sensitivity shown by these devices, boosting potentially non-experts to expert level. But we're going to hear all about that. However, societies have been cautious. And for example, the AGA came out in 2025 and with no recommendation for or against, mainly because of a very low certainty for hard cancer outcomes from these devices. And real world evidence in this space does not seem to match up to the evidence which has come from randomized controlled trials. So it's going to be really interesting in the first theme to hear from our experts about what their opinion on all this is and where they come down on whether AI is useful for detection. The next question about AI and the next paradigm, I think, and the next conundrum maybe, is that AI maybe makes us better one day, but potentially stops us being so good later. If we are not learning in the absence of AI, we are so dependent on it that we have to use it to be any good at detecting polyps, then that, of course, is something negative, especially if the functionality is not working on a day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this is real. There is real data behind this. Recent studies show that when you withdrew AI from practitioners who've been using it, that there was a meaningful drop in adenoma detection rate in those practitioners. So a very nice ESG curriculum spearheaded by Yuichi Mori comes down on the side that probably we need AI-free periods in our practice if we are to maintain our skill level. And that will be something very interesting to hear about as we go along. The third theme is, okay, all great, but how do we implement this technology, and what is the data to suggest that we should, in terms especially of the fee-paying organizations, in terms of cost? There is certainly a significant amount of evidence that this technology might save money and prevent cases of post-colonoscopy colorectal cancer, but these are extra costs from colonoscopy from the situation in which it is now. Some real-world studies